Hi, I'm Greg Aronowitz from Barnyard Effects, and you're watching What's in My Barn. In the 80s, George Lucas's Industrial Light and Magic was the go-to special effects company for all of Hollywood, doing movies like Star Wars, Back to the Future, Indiana Jones, Batteries Not Included, you name it, they were doing it. But on the other side of the world, director Peter Jackson was forming his own special effects company, named after a large insect that inhabited his home country of New Zealand, Weta. These days, it's hard to find a Hollywood blockbuster that doesn't have some kind of Weta effect in it. There's obviously all of Peter Jackson's movies like Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, King Kong, but then they're involved in so many other cool projects like Prometheus, The Avengers, they're even doing stuff for Batman vs. Superman, they're involved in everything. But one of the most spectacular worlds they created was for the Chronicles of Narnia. One of the greatest challenges Weta had in bringing these beloved books to the big screen was creating all of the characters and making them kind of what we all imagined they would be reading these books over all these generations. They would start with drawings of maquettes, like this one, which is a small sculpture of the character. This is not one of the final designs. You can see as the fawn looks like way more goatish and less human. But it is a fully finished maquette that's completely painted and ready to present to the producers and directors to see if it can move to the next phase. So this is a maquette of a boar creature. I don't actually know what his name is, but I'm assuming that he is in the Queen's army because he looks kind of evil. What I like about this maquette is that this is the full anatomy of the creature, but it's actually part of a set. And I have another version of him where he is in his armor, and this is the only one of him I have in armor, but I'm assuming that there's probably dozens, if not hundreds, of versions where they tried different kinds of armor and different kinds of designs, different kinds of weapons. But it's cool to see the stages from first getting the physical form of the creature and then doing all of the costume design on top of the same maquette. This guy is one of my favorites from the collection. Oh, you want to see a weird creature? Look at this girl. Hey, are you from Narnia? Did you pee in my wardrobe? So this guy is one of my favorites just because it's such a weird creature. This is the ankle slicer, and I'm assuming that this is what he would slice the ankles with. But it kind of has a very reptilian, bird, raptor kind of thing going on. And I guess these creatures were not actually in the original books, but there were illustrated versions where they're reptile-like creatures that were possibly the inspiration for this in the movies. But I just love the detail in the maquette and all these little see-through spines, so we can look really close and see that they're actually like translucent. It's such a beautiful sculpture and an amazing paint job. And they would have taken this and then scanned it and used it to start building the 3D models that were actually used for the computer graphics that are in the movie. A lot of friends see this collection in person and they're like, oh cool, you have a bunch of Sideshow collectibles, and these are actually the original maquettes from Weta used to create the characters for the film long before any merchandise was even made. I thought this would be a good time of year to show this art because it's always winter but never Christmas in Narnia. But it's winter now for us and it's almost Christmas, so it seemed to make sense. Let me know in the comments below which Narnia film is your favorite, which creature is your favorite, and if there's anything else you want to see from any other movie or television show, let me know because I probably have some in my barn.